Get ready for a seismic shift in the NBA landscape, folks. There's another towering titan set to make waves in the league this month, and his name is Alex Sarr. Standing tall at 7'1" and just 19 years old, Sarr is a force to be reckoned with. Hailing from the NBL's Perth Wildcats, Sarr's defensive skill set is nothing short of legendary. He's a brick wall on the perimeter, capable of shutting down smaller players with ease. Think Bam Adebayo, Rudy Gobert, Anthony Davis, and of course, the towering Victor Wembanyama. These are the defensive giants he's cut from the same cloth as.
Heartland fans loving it at the moment. Sarr's got the mismatch on air. Goes straight at him.
Well, Creek made a mistake there. He needs to stay.
In today's NBA, having a center who can hold their own space is non-negotiable. Gone are the days when big men could just camp out in the paint. With the rise of three-point shooting and isolation plays, centers like Sarr are the first line of defense against the league's most lethal scorers.
Early doors. Hello, inside, upstairs to Sarr. Take a look at the Harvey Norman replay. And that's just so hard.
So get ready to witness the reign of the giants, because with players like Alex Sarr in the mix, the future of the NBA is looking taller than ever. In today's NBA, center defending in space is a must-have skill. A decade ago, it was a luxury, but now it's a necessity. With three-pointers raining down and isolation plays on the rise, centers often find themselves in the crosshairs of guards on switches. Just ask SGA, Luka, Tatum, KD, and Devin Booker. They love to feast on mismatches against big men. Teams lacking centers who can hold their ground against these sharpshooters pay the price on defense, leaving them vulnerable in the modern game. Enter Alex Sarr, the defensive powerhouse. This guy is a game changer on the perimeter.
The Gazelle running up and down the floor and the ability to finish it around the rim. And there he is again!
He's like a brick wall, disrupting opponents left and right. It's amazing how many point guards snag by exploiting big men. But with Sarr on the floor, these easy buckets become a rarity. Trust me, having a player like Sarr who can shut down these perimeter threats is a guaranteed game changer for any team looking to secure those wins. Drop coverage is the most commonly used defensive strategy in basketball. The best defensive centers in the NBA are usually those who excel in this coverage, making it a vital part of most defenses. However, a great pick-and-roll duo like Jamal Murray and Jokic can dismantle drop coverage if the defense lacks an elite center. Most teams don't have such a center, which is why the pick-and-roll is so prevalent and effective. To consistently stop or slow it down, a team needs a center who excels in drop coverage.
Just we've seen from him, he's altered shots, and if he improves over the course of the season with all the potential he has and all the flashes he's shown,
That's where Sarr comes in. Sure, he made some questionable mistakes in drop coverage regarding positioning and reaction time, but this is normal for young players, and it wasn't frequent. Despite this, his length, mobility, and athleticism make him highly effective in drop coverage. His 7'4" wingspan allows him to contest guards' pull-up shots, and his mobility and athleticism enable him to recover to the big man, forcing tough shots or blocking them entirely. Speaking of blocking shots, his rim protection is top tier. Sarr averaged an incredible 1.5 blocks per game in just 17 minutes of playtime. And get this, his block percentage was a whopping 8%, landing him in the #1 spot in the NBL. That's right, he's in a league of his own when it comes to rim protection. This percentage is on par with prospects like Evan Mobley, Daniel Gafford, and Nick Claxton, underscoring his exceptional rim protection ability. While perimeter defense is critical for bigs, Sarr will spend most of his time in the paint, so his paint defense must be his strongest attribute when it comes to the NBA. Remarkably, he reminds me of Wemby in his ability to protect the rim. They both relentlessly hunt down shots and have the freakish length and athleticism to succeed.
Webster for Sarr.
And he did that right there.
Defense. Put back in by Sarr.
This can sometimes lead to defensive breakdowns, however, as we saw with Wemby early in his rookie season when he occasionally left his man to chase blocks off the ball. Wemby quickly adjusted by the end of the year, learning when to go for blocks and when not to. I'm confident Sarr will make the same adjustment, so I'm not too worried about this. Overall, Sarr's a defensive monster. There's no other way to put it. He can excel in any coverage. protect the rim, hold his own against all 5 positions, and has an impressive defensive IQ for his age. I can almost guarantee his defense will be outstanding in his first year in the league. Now, let's switch to the offensive side of the court. Offensively, he's still developing, but his elite athleticism makes him a force in transition. He averaged 1.5 points per possession in transition, shooting an impressive 82%.
Cotton. Inside to Sarr. Turn around in the finish. What about the touch from the French next up? Tyler Cook's had a productive first quarter. That time, though, Sarr's long levers did enough to wrench it away. Cotton, the dive for Henschel. You're kidding me.
Okay.
What's even better is his ability to dominate in transition both with and without the ball. His speed at his size is incredible. He can grab a rebound and go coast to coast for a finish at the rim or run the floor like a gazelle to catch lobs. Every NBA team dreams of having an elite transition big man. Why? Because transition points are some of the easiest to score in basketball. Take the OKC Thunder, for example. They understood this concept and made the most of it, ranking first in transition points per game. As a result, they emerged as the top regular season team statistically. When it comes to executing the pick and roll, there's a bit of uncertainty surrounding our guy. Now, he's managed to convert a respectable 42% of his roll shots, but that's based on a mere 14 attempts. That's just a small sample size, folks. But hey, don't count him out just yet. With the NBA comes top-notch facilitators and passers. That's where the real test begins. And let me tell you, he's got all the tools in the bag. With his insane vertical leap and athleticism, he's poised to become a premier lob threat. Sarr has shown promising passing skills in short roll situations as well. Big men who can catch the ball early and then make sharp passes to cutters or find shooters in the corner are invaluable. Think of NBA elites like Draymond Green, Jokic, Domantas Sabonis, and Jusuf Nurkic. Sarr isn't perfect at this yet, but neither was Wemby at first. However, as the season went on, Wemby improved his basketball IQ, making quicker and smarter reads as a passer. I foresee the same growth for Sarr. When it comes to shooting, Sarr isn't great, but he's definitely not a liability. He's willing to take three-pointers even though his technique and footwork can be inconsistent. With the help of NBA-level shooting coaches, I believe these issues will be fixed. I'm not suggesting he'll suddenly become a 40% shooter, nor does he need to. Having a respectable jumper as a big man makes him more versatile and enhances his team's offensive options, allowing for more flexible lineups, with him playing the 3, 4, and 5 positions. The fact that he's attempting a decent number of threes is a positive sign. It's very difficult for a center who never shoots threes in high school and college to suddenly start doing so in the NBA. These players often lack the confidence and comfort needed to shoot from long range. That's why they rarely develop into shooters. Sarr, on the other hand, is already comfortable and confident taking threes. He just needs some mechanical adjustments, which is much easier to address. In the mid-range area, his jumper is pretty effective. He shot 62% on short and medium-range jumpers, making him even more dangerous in the pick and roll. Defenders can't afford to leave him open in the mid-range at any point in the game. This ability adds another dimension to his offensive game and makes him a valuable asset on the court. Get ready, folks. Alex Sarr is poised to take the NBA by storm, projected to be the number 2 pick overall and possibly to the Washington Wizards. And let me tell you, that is a match made in basketball heaven. The Wizards have been struggling everywhere. As one of the worst teams in basketball last year with the second worst record in the NBA, ranking 25th in total offense and 28th in total defense, the Wizards are in need of some help. Firmly in rebuild mode, adding Sarr into the mix, things could change dramatically for DC. Sarr can lock down the paint and be the offense's new best friend. With Sarr as a legit pick-and-roll partner, the offense is about to reach new heights.
Enjoying it.
Yeah, no, I mean, it was a good game all around, and yeah, just having fun out here.
Come on, you gotta give yourself some credit for the dunk.
Yeah, it was cool,
Now, let's talk comparisons. ESPN compared Sarr to Jaren Jackson Jr. of Memphis. Sarr brings that near-generational defensive skill set with the potential to stretch the floor as a 5. A big man who can play both the 4 and the 5 while also spacing the floor? Talk about flexibility. And let's not forget, Jackson Jr. is a top-tier rim defender, which is crucial in today's NBA. Now, let's be real. Alex Sarr isn't quite there yet, but the fact that his ceiling is being compared to Jackson Jr. is a fantastic sign. If Sarr can nail down that three-point shot over the next few years, we're looking at a potential superstar big man. And that definitely makes him a solid pick for the number 2 spot in the 2024 NBA Draft. But hey, I'm dying to hear what you all think about Sarr. Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and thanks for watching.